Today we are fitting a new part to my Jaguar XJR. Now this is a Caldoofy SuperCharger intake, and this not only looks a million times better than the standard horrible looking plastic one, but this will also increase the performance and allow you to hear more of that SuperCharger whine. So let's get it fitted. So as standard, the SuperCharger whine is pretty quiet on this car, and I think the main reason for that is because Jaguar thought, well, most of our customers are older gentlemen and they don't particularly want to hear a SuperCharger. But I'm not, so I do want to hear it. So let me insert a clip of what it sounds like as standard. It has got a slightly modified exhaust, but everything in the engine bay is standard, so you can hardly hear the SuperCharger unless you really floor it. But then I will show you what it sounds like afterwards, and it should be a massive difference. Right, let's get this open. It smells good inside the Jaguar. It's got a lovely smell in the interior. And that is a beast of an engine. There is another thing that I'm going to sort today. So this is the SuperCharger intake, which looks rubbish. So that's coming off. But another thing, it was making this horrible whiny noise when it's cold. And I thought, what on earth is that? It must be power steering, because when you turn is when it makes the noise. So I thought, let me check the power steering fluid, and it is miles below the minimum mark. So I've got some oil on the way. Unfortunately, none of the petrol stations where we live had any of this specific oil that you need for this. So it's on the way this afternoon, so I'll top that up and hopefully that will get rid of the noise. Now, on the standard intake, you've got all these protruding plastic bits here on either side, and I think that is all purely for sound dampening, and obviously that's restricting the airflow coming through the intake. So this new one is going to make a massive difference. And yesterday I took the plastic cover off of the engine, because this is actually a very good looking engine. This one is a few little bits of corrosion around this top part here. I'd like to have this resprayed. I don't know how easy it is to take this apart, take the case off and respray it, but I think I've seen one on YouTube and this guy did it fantastically. He's done it red with a black intake, and my God, does it look absolutely superb. So I'm going to do something along the lines of what he did. Now, this is not a guide, I'm an idiot, so I'm just figuring it out for myself, but there is a good video someone else did of how to fit this, but literally it's just two clamps. So I'm going to undo those, and then it should just come off. I forgot also there's this, what is that? Do you know what it is?
It's a pipe.
It's a pipe. Yeah, it is a pipe. You just need to pinch these somehow. I can't get my fingers in there. Come off. But how the hell do you do that? Stiff. Could be here all day doing this. Ugh. I suppose it has been on here for 20 years, so it's probably a bit reluctant to come off. Don't break something else, really. Oh. Man strength.
I'm trained in this. This is a high level of training to be able to get this off. Nice and clean. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It's hideous though, isn't it? What is it? It looks awful.
Ooh.
Absolutely awful.
Yeah, that, obviously the sound just does that and it kills off the sound, doesn't it?
Yeah. So this is going to look so much better. So yeah, that air filter in there is definitely K&N, so I don't need to change that. That's already done. Right, now this engine definitely hasn't been cleaned in a while, so I'm going to dust it all. What you need is a damp J cloth, really. Let's get all the crud off. Now, my father's regime, because he's got extreme OCD, is to clean his engine every 6 weeks. But I think he spends more time cleaning things than he does doing anything else. I'm just going to put a bit of grease on here to help it go on better. It's a thin layer. Right, now the moment of truth. Time to get this on and see what it does.
I'm thinking of getting a project motorbike.
Really?
Yeah, well, like a XT500 or TT500 Yamaha from
Ooh.
the 70s.
That'd be cool.
And doing something like, I don't know what, something special. Without ruining it. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it?
Do it.
Oh, do you know what?
I can't.
There's one on eBay,
Yeah.
£6,000.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, so I recognise it. He'd won it on the competition.
Oh, really?
For
He's selling it?
£2.99. He's selling it for £6,000.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people would do that, wouldn't they?
Offer.
That is really tight.
Sure.
Yeah. So why I said it in that accent. Really tight.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good. That looks better, doesn't it? Already, that's made it. Yeah, I know, definitely. Right, polish, then sound. Now the pipe is on and it looks way better. It's absolutely brilliant. That's already transformed the engine, but I'm gonna make this engine look much better. So I'm gonna get rid of all the rust, change the nuts and bolts that are rusty, and do a bit of painting on the engine. As I said, I want these bits to be red, perhaps this to be black. But I'm going to put some of this, which is ACF 50, to prevent the rusty bits getting any rustier. So spray some of that on these. It's now the following day because I had to wait for that oil in the steering, which has already gone down from the maximum to the minimum line. So I think there must be a leak in the power steering. But what a difference this intake has made. It really does. Even if I just give it a little bit now. You hear the supercharger? Yeah. It's a lot more. Sounds absolutely brilliant. I'm chuffed with that. It's now sort of like a 50-50 split with supercharger noise and exhaust noise, whereas before it was probably 20-80. So it sounds brilliant. It sounds so good.
Outside, when you're coming, you can hear the supercharger.
Yeah.
And when you're going past and the other way, you can hear the exhaust.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just going to head to a spot to show you what this thing sounds like from the outside, because that's where you're really going to hear a difference. So.
This is what I mean about filming.
Fucking hell!
Insane.
That is insane. Sounds like a Hellcat.
Literally sounds like there's a cat under there going,
Yeah.
ow, ow, flipping it. Perhaps did the cat get under the bonnet?
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
That's not a
he
noise you
chatting
hear
up
though,
those
is it?
girls?
You don't hear that noise because
No, you don't.
what's got a supercharger?
Only American cars, really.
1930s Bentley or something,
Yeah,
you know.
this is like rare, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, gonna run over a dog. Oh my god. Oh, what a difference.
That was worth doing.
That was, wasn't it? And that was only 180 quid on eBay.
Yeah.
So it's dead easy to fit. So another thing that people tend to do with these cars is put a new supercharger pulley on as well, and that gives you more power and even more supercharger noise. So that's probably on the list to do at some point. But also there's a company that do remaps for these cars, and they specialise in these Jags. And I think it gives you about 20 more horsepower, but probably gives you more torque low down as well, and more possibly more fuel economy, because what you can do with a map nowadays is quite impressive. So they're using the latest tech to make an older car better.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I've never had a car where every time I get out of it, I'm turning around to look at it.
That is beautiful.
It really is. Hideous, isn't it? Look, brand new BMW, what is that, i3 or something? I don't even know what they're called now. iX3.
Every car
It's
is the same.
just horrible. Come on, man, get out the road. He's got his headphones in. It's dangerous, isn't it? I saw a video the other day of this girl with headphones on, sound cancelling. She just walked out in front of a bus.
Yeah.
Almost got run over. So it's so dangerous.
I know. A few years ago when I had that Harley Davidson with the very, very loud pipe,
Yeah,
I was in Corby and, you know, in traffic, just filtering through.
yeah.
And she walked out in front of me. She was on her headphones.
So how
And
can you not hear?
bike
That's
is
the
so
loudest
loud.
thing I've ever heard.
She
that
must have
bike.
been, you know, on full volume.
Yeah.
People are zombies nowadays.
Yeah, they are. Totally. Old chap walking his dog couldn't stop but almost broke his neck turning around to look at the car. Bloody hell! This thing's a rocket! Jesus Christ! Woo! Oh my God! What a car! What a car! Whew. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this car. This might be the best thing I've ever bought. 10 grand! 10 grand, that's all. What a machine.